music, Josie.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Yes. First Monday of the month, May 2nd.
Yes,
Yes. I I saw your tag too. They posted the tags as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm going to share that with Virginia really quick while you guys take a moment. And sorry, we're a little bit late this morning. I had an appointment this morning, ran a little bit behind schedule, but here we are.
Yes.
We are here. And I want to share this with Virginia because I'm going to actually have you get this one ready, Virginia, if you don't mind. Um, so, how are you today, Josie?
Great, great. A little busy this morning.
Yes, it is pretty crazy this morning.
Yes.
It, yeah, I stress to the agents how important it is to, stay in contact with your clients, your past clients. You're building a business, and this last week has just been, reminding because I'm getting constant calls from my past clients whom I'll be honest, I don't talk to them all the time, but I do send different things out. I try to engage with them. They understand you have a life, they have a life. You're not going to be, doesn't mean you're invited to every single party or you invite them to every single party. It's just when it comes to real estate or anything related, to that they're going to contact you and know that they're going to have a trusted professional on the other end, to get any type of advice. And that's the relationship that we aim to build, with each and every one of our clients. So that way we're their go to. Or if they're at work or anywhere else and someone is saying, I just don't know what to do, this is what's going on. Hey, guess what? I have someone. Call this person. And then it just keeps growing and growing and growing from there. So this morning, one of my clients that I sold a house to back in like 2002, like it's been what, 20 years. Her son, who, he was probably 13 at the time, and he's actually, he came in this morning to get pre-approved. He's now ready to buy a house and move out of his parents' home. So that's why I said it's really exciting because, yeah, I'm aging, I'm getting older, so be it. Um, but I'm still getting to help, these
Yeah.
these great, these clients who still trust you after so many years.
Yeah.
So that's the
That's the
that's
beauty.
the part that excites me the most, is being able to do that. So let me get this to her real quick. I'm over here talking so much, I ain't getting nothing done. So I'm gonna text it to you, Virginia. And so anyways, speaking of, clients and everything else, like Josie was just mentioning, May 2nd, 2017 was Josie's final walkthrough on her first home.
Yes.
And her first home that she didn't think she was gonna buy. Good
Never
morning,
in a million years. Hi, Brenda.
Brenda. Yeah, it's and it's one of those things, I had another appointment here this morning who they are buyers as well, and they're potentially going to get an offer accepted. So we wanted to go over it with them in person. And because they were having a little bit of fear, a lot of people are questioning what's happening in the market. Should I just wait? Should I not do this? Should I not do that? So, we sat with them, and right now, you need to come from a place of education. You have to educate your clients. You have to know why they're doing what they're doing. There has to be that motivating factor that you can stick to, because that's what it's going to come down to. It's not, homes are no longer going to sell themselves, as they say, or buyers are not just going to say, okay, I want this house. It's going, we are getting to that market where it's going to take a little bit more, not so much convincing, but persuasion, and persuading, not in a bad way, in a good way, in a way where you're educating them, and that way they're making an informed decision. So, kind of same thing, nothing's changed. And like I said, thankfully, Josie can speak for herself, and she can tell you that, she was on the other end at one point, as we all were. But she was on the other end, and and I was trying to give her the best advice possible for future, what made most sense. It's easy to put anyone in any home, but when you see an opportunity, a lot of times it's important to share that opportunity with them so they can see. And obviously it's up to them at the end of the day to make their decision for themselves, but it's just helpful so that way they feel comfortable. But what would you say, Josie? How important is knowing, the statistic, what's going on in your market and everything else?
It's very important, especially right now because buyers are still at the edge. Should I stay renting? Should I buy? Or it's very, very important, especially right now. Because as we know, interest rates are a little bit higher. But then again, we know rent is going higher and higher as we stand. So would
Yeah.
you rather rent or would you rather buy? You're literally right there in the monthly payment. So educating is
Yes.
very important.
Yes, and knowledge is power. If you're dealing with, certain people that are disabled, if you're dealing with a veteran that's disabled, there's certain property tax exemptions, that you can assist them and tell them, hey, guess what? If a normal person, would have to pay $900 a month in taxes, but because of your disability and your service to our country, you're going to get a tax exemption of $200 or $300 a month or whatever it is. There's a percentage. So, but again, it's important to know those facts. A lot of people don't know that. So, here they're thinking, well, I don't want to pay 3,000. Oh, well, my payment's actually going to be 27. Okay, that sounds a little bit more doable. So then that's why I say, it's important to know that, so that way you educate your clients. And then also, if they're 55 and over, you can transfer your taxes, to another home. Know how that works. So that way, when you're speaking to someone, if they are 55 and they've been in their house for 20 years, they're paying, let's say, uh, geez,
It's
let's just say they're paying,
$600.
yeah, let's say they're paying a few $100 a month, their taxes can be transferred one time, in their lifetime. So if this is going to be their forever home, and they've changed so many of the guidelines. Before, it was a lot strict. You had to stay within the county. You had to stay under a certain price. It was very, very, very strict. Now it's not like that anymore. They've loosened it up, and it makes more sense to do that because some people don't want to stay in the same county, or some people aren't trying to stay in the same price range. Maybe they want to go less, or whatever the case is. So I think it's this is an opportunity. When you see the markets changing the way they are, it's an opportunity for you to better yourself and educate yourself. And it's also an opportunity to become a specialist in one department or another, because that's where you're going to be the go-to for probate, divorce, whatever it is that you want to work with. But it's learning how to deal with those particular people, because it is a special breed. And I know Josie's working with a client right now who is going through a divorce as well. And it's very touchy. There's a fine line that you can't cross.
Yeah.
It's you just got to make sure you're there, because one person might feel you're leaning more towards them or you're favoring them. So you just have to know how to walk that line. And sometimes the women want to get you more on their side, and it's kind of like we have to kind of remain professional, the whole way through. So it is it's a balancing act, basically. So you're like trying to balance.
Where should I go? Yes, yes, definitely. I definitely agree. It's very touchy, and not only that, it's we have to maintain neutral
Mhm.
in all the sense because then they're gonna think that I'm favoring either the wife or the husband and
Yes.
so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't want to hear it later on down the line. I could have done this, I could have done that. And then unfortunately, it just, like I said, it becomes a nightmare. It becomes a mess. So
Yes.
I'm going to see who this is. Okay, where are we at? How come I'm trying to see? Someone else said good morning, but I don't know who it is. Oh, it is Karina. Good morning, Karina. Thank you so much for joining this morning. Focus on there's business everywhere. You guys, there's business everywhere. You just have to, you got to look for it and you got to, just talk. That's the business we're in is communicating and talking. If you don't like to talk, if you don't like to just start up conversation, you're in the wrong industry. It's all about talking.
I have to add that something to that. Yesterday, I was showing, and then the neighbor came out and said, well, first, I was walking towards the property. I was getting ready to open, but then I heard someone coming far. But then again, I got scared because I wasn't expecting a noise. So I turned around and I'm like, oh my goodness, you scared me. Right there, we started a conversation. She says, I want to sell and I want to move to Arizona. So we started talking. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting you or so forth. And then she says, oh, you're a real estate agent. Okay. So what's the house selling for? Blah, blah, blah. So we started talking about the property I was going to show because my clients were on their way because they got lost. And then we started talking, just a genuine conversation. And then towards the end, she says, I'm thinking of selling my home. I'm thinking of moving to Arizona. I want to sell it in about summer because I know the peak is around summer. I'm like, yes, there's a lot more movement in the month of, the summer because of kids and so forth. And she says, okay. She says, can I get your business card? When can you come over for us to talk about my home? So soon we'll have a presentation as well.
That's great. Yeah, no, you can't be shy, you got to be excited. And you know what, when you're excited, when people see that you love what you do, they want to know, or they want to work with you because you make it look easy and you make it look fun and that's just something that I highly, I'm telling you, even myself, like when I look at other people doing different things and or selling, same people selling the same product, you might know 10 people, but you see the one person who's passionate about it, who knows more about it, who's, educating you more on the product, where the other people aren't maybe doing as much. So you tend to you tend to be, go in that direction, because of that. So definitely think that's good, a good idea. So but yeah, like I said, we just wanted to share that. I'm gonna have just go ahead and can you put it up? I'm gonna have Virginia share this what's it came up on my timeline today, and this Josie was a referral to me. Which, like I said, I take my referrals very seriously, and I love my clients who refer me people. Absolutely appreciate it. I love getting the texts out of nowhere and say, Sonia, I thought about you today, so and so, I hope they call you. I told them about you. And you know what, whether they call me or not, it's okay. I can't help everybody, but the ones that I am meant to help do walk in my path, and I appreciate it very much. So Josie was one of those, and look at, we haven't aged a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we look exactly the same.
We haven't aged one bit.
No, it looks exactly the same.
Yeah. So this was us doing our final walkthrough, 5 years ago.
Yes.
And yeah, this is an exciting day. This is when it's real, it's going to happen, and you're super excited to get your your keys. So now Josie obviously works alongside with us, so she was one of the lucky ones.
Yeah. Yes, I was. I remember, like if it was yesterday. Remember you text me regarding cable, and I told you by text, "Oh, I don't work there anymore." And then I literally got recruited by the palm of my hand, literally by my phone. So that was amazing. Yes, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that, and I always have told you I sincerely appreciate the opportunity, and I'm here to follow your steps and become a strong businesswoman just like you.
Yes, and like I said, it's not everyone, like I said, has that, has that. There's just something there. So I'm glad that you're following your dream, to be an independent businesswoman. I know, you just gotta keep it up, push through, and just know that it's gonna happen. You just have to put in the work every day. And the part where some of us are kind of like, today I guess I just will turn on Netflix for the day, and not do anything. And the day gets you, the day goes by so fast.
Yes.
And if you would have just, pushed through 2 solid hours of, prospecting or following up or whatever, you'd be surprised. There's a saying that they say, the harder I work, the luckier I am. And it's not that we're lucky, it's just, it's true. The harder you work, then the more, blessings that you have come your way. So just, keep up the good work, and just know that, everything it's gonna form when it's meant to, for sure.
Yes, yes, for sure.
So
I definitely agree.
but yes, we're getting into a very interesting market, and I'm excited. So tomorrow we're going to be doing our broker hour with Jennifer and also Elizabeth. So I'm going to save some of that information for tomorrow, but we will be discussing a few things there as well. So don't want to get too much into it, but just, I hope you guys are paying attention and taking note. History repeats itself. So just, be mindful of that, and don't ignore any signs, for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and get into Josie's quote of the week.
Yes. So my quote for the week is, I'm a true believer. Believe in yourself and anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
I and
Tell me
every
a little bit about that, Josie.
believe in yourself and anything is possible. Everything in life, I'm a true believer. Everything in life takes a process. Definitely takes a process, whether you're learning something new, maybe a new job or whatever else it might be, or maybe purchasing your first home. Just believe in yourself and work hard for it, and it's definitely possible. So that's why I chose that quote this morning, because myself, 5 years ago, I was on the other side, and I believed in myself in order for me to be able to purchase my first home at the age of, I believe I was 30. No, I was actually 32 or so. And I believed in myself in order for me to be able to purchase my first home. And I've been here 5 years. Yes. So most definitely work hard and anything's possible. And believe in yourself more than anything.
Absolutely. And it starts with you. It has to be you first, because if you don't believe in you, nobody else is going to believe in you. So you set that yourself every morning when you wake up. I believe this is what I, want to accomplish today, or whatever it is. Your mindset is so powerful, and our minds are extremely powerful. If we believe we're no good, we're no good. If we believe we're the best, we're the best. And every day we should realize that it's another opportunity to be better than we were the day before. A lot of times people, like you're saying, they look at, social media is just this huge, thing nowadays, where, there's so much comparisons going on, because you don't, do this, or you don't do business that way, or you don't look like this, you don't look like that, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, when you turn off your phone, or when you go to sleep at night, it's how you feel and how you wake up and who you're with and what you're next to. So you can say whatever you want on social media, it doesn't mean anything if you're not fulfilling your life the way you should at home. In reality, is where it counts, obviously, the most. So but definitely a great quote. And thank you for watching, Rebecca. I'm going to be handing Rebecca keys this week, so excited to give you your
Oh,
keys, Rebecca. So let's go on to your video.
Let me tell you something before you go. Whenever people come see me live, I try to say something meaningful to people. And I'm in the laugh business. That's my gift. That's what God gave me at birth. Your gift is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. I want to tell you something that can help enrich your life. It's a sure sign from God that He ain't through with you, because He wakes you up in the morning. When He's done, you won't wake up no more. But as long as you're waking up, that means He has something for you that He hasn't been able to give to you for whatever the reason. I'm going to help you get to that reason a little bit quicker. I want to tell you something that I learned that changed my life. I was reading a book one time that had a quote in there from Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. If you think about that, that's a really, really true statement. Because everything you see in this world came from somebody's imagination. Everything. Somebody was talking on the phone one day, on that wall phone, connected to the cord, and tried to walk, and it didn't go no further. And he wanted to just go outside and get something out the car. Somebody said, you know what? I wish I could take this phone outside. Everybody in here got a cell phone.
Oh, great.
It was in somebody's imagination. Somebody imagined that. Somebody imagined everything. Somebody got tired of walking. Somebody got tired of driving cars. Somebody said, we're going to fly. You're not finna fly. Everybody in here have been on the plane. See, your imagination is the evidence of things not seen. You know why they call it the evidence of things not seen? Your imagination, you the only one can see it. You're the only one can see it. See, so all this stuff you've been imagining was not some hocus pocus. When you imagine stuff, it's actually God showing you a preview of a coming attraction he has for you. That's what your imagination is. Why do you keep imagining yourself with a second home? Because God wants you to have a second home. Why do you keep imagining yourself in a supervisory capacity on another job? Because God really wants you to have that. Why you keep dreaming of opening a business one day? That's because that's what God really got for you. And he put it in your imagination. The problem with your imagination, though, is you tell it to the wrong people. If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. You can't, oh man. Think about this in your life. How many times have you had this really incredible idea and you took it to your family and your friends? You shared it with them and they shot it down. You know why they shot it down? Because they couldn't see it. Because God didn't put it in their imagination. He put it in yours. It was your evidence of things not seen. See, all this stuff you've been imagining, you ought to start working on it. Because that's what God really got for you. Your real life is in your imagination. I'm here to tell you that. You think I'm here by accident? I'm here because he put this in my imagination when I was 10. When I was 10, he showed me I was going to be on TV. That's all I ever wanted. The assignment when I was in the 6th grade was everybody write their name on a piece of paper and write what you want to be. You know what I wrote on my paper? I want to be on TV. Now, the problem I had, though, was I used to suffer with a serious stuttering problem. I couldn't talk outside my house. I stuttered for years. I flunked out of school. I'm on my 3rd marriage. I lost everything I ever owned twice. I've been homeless and lived in a car for 3 years. But at 10, though, I wrote on a piece of paper, I want to be on TV. So the teacher went around the room and read everybody's paper. Had you stand up when she called your name. And the only assignment was your name and what you want to be. Doctor, lawyer, dentist, basketball player, football player. I wrote I want to be on TV. She saved me for last. She said, little Stevie, come to the front. Now I'm thinking, I'm going to the front because I got the best answer. Because ain't nobody had put that on their paper. She called me to the front. I'm thinking I'm finna give me a gold star. But I was wrong about that. She called me to the front to humiliate me. First of all, you know I can't talk. I suffered with stuttering stammer so bad, man. I couldn't talk at all. And that lady lit in on me. Why did you write this on your paper? Now I'm standing there, I can't talk. Who in this school ever been on TV? Who in your family ever been on TV? Who in this neighborhood ever been on TV? I'm crushing, man. I'm standing there down. She said, look at you standing there. You can't even talk. How they gonna put somebody like you on TV? So every Christmas, I send her a flat screen TV. Because I don't want her to miss me. I do not want her to miss not now episode of me. Because I wanted her to see what God had done for me. The fact that you couldn't see it, it wasn't for you to see. He put it in my imagination. But after 3 years of homelessness, losing everything I ever owned twice, suffering through flunking out of school, go home and cut your TV on. That little boy with the stuttering problem, he all over that TV. You can't cut your TV on. You can't cut your TV on not now day of the week and you don't see that little boy. That little boy with the stuttering problem is all over that TV because God put it in my imagination. All I did was hang on to that thought. I just kept hoping. I just kept hoping that what I had wrote on the paper would come true. A lot of times it wasn't about no faith. I didn't believe it sometimes. When you homeless and living in a car, how you see yourself as a TV star? But I just kept hanging on there. Because my mama was a Sunday school teacher. I kept hearing her say, God, God didn't bring you this far to leave you. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. Why do you think he keeps waking you up? Because he got more for you. He got way more for you. He got plans for you. But he needs your faith. He just needs you to call on him. He needs you to dust off your imagination and just go for it. You got to try. Quit waking up thinking you ain't got no say-so in your life. You have a choice in this matter. You can't stop what happened to you, but you can doggone sure do something about what happened to you. Life is 10% what happened to you, is 90% what you do about it. Somebody in your family gonna die. Somebody in here gonna get fired. Somebody here gonna get an eviction notice. Somebody gonna get laid off. Somebody company gonna close. That's life. Somebody you love gonna break up with you. That's life. But what you gonna do about it though? Since it's gonna happen anyway. Trust me, go home and ask God to open up your imagination and then pursue it with everything in you and watch what he do for you. Appreciate y'all.
Wow.
Yes. Very amazing, for sure.
Yes. So yes, Rebecca's all up in it with us. And it's so true. You know, it's crazy because we do, that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of times you listen to outside influences tell you, no, you can't do it, or are you sure you're going to do that? What if this happens? What if that happens? But again, it's really up to you. It's super like important for you to believe in yourself. You know what it takes. You give it your all. And that's the beauty about, about whatever, you can do anything you want, anything you set your mind to. There was a point in time where when I wanted to become, a real estate agent, leaving my 9 to 5, stable job, good income, good benefits, good everything. And it was me who believed in me. Even the closest person next to me did not believe in me, but it didn't matter. I believed in me. And so it's important to believe in you.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
And great choice, says Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. It was good. It was really, really good. And I think I want to say that is Karina. So I got logged out on accident, so I'm not sure, but thank you guys so much for for watching and taking in the message. Sometimes we need to hear that. Like I said, nothing's going to be perfect. Circumstances are going to be perfect. You can't see how you're going to get to where you want to go, but you just put in the work and the path finds its way. Yeah. So a lot of times people want to see, I want to see the full staircase. And what do they say? You don't. You see one step at a time. Just take the step. Don't look at that. It's going to discourage you. So
baby steps, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And hang out with those that you see that are doing something you want to do. Pick their brains. If you're hanging out with people who aren't doing things you want to do, then obviously, they can't help guide you or support, what it is that you want. Don't expect support from someone who doesn't understand,
Yes,
everything that it is that you want to do.
for sure. I
So,
agree. Definitely.
and good morning, Lupe. Thank you so much for joining this morning.
Hi, Lupe.
So, well, again, I appreciate you guys joining. We try to, show you guys that there's, so much opportunity out there. It's Monday, May 2nd, first Monday of the month. What are you going to do with your week? What are you going to do with your month? It's up to you. So, take advantage. Like Steve said, and honestly, it's resonating with me. God woke you up for a reason.
Yes.
So, go make that reason count. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you guys real soon.
Bye, you guys.
Yes. Have
I'll
a
talk
great
to you guys soon. I'll see you later.